Go ahead.
Hola, ¿cómo está Las Vegas? And welcome to Face the Tribune with the legendary Rolando Larraz. I am your co-host, Chris Garcia, and as always, we are streaming live right now on radiotribune.com, as we always do Monday through Friday from 12 to 1 o'clock, and then the show is replayed later on in the day, as well as the weekends. God bless America. It's great to wake up and be an American. And with that, Rolando, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling fine.
Good.
I'm feeling great, I feel.
Good.
You know, it's a nice day out,
Mm-hmm.
and it is, the paper is out, Las Vegas Tribune is out, and everything seems fine.
Good.
And tonight, the judge candidate for Munich Court, Cara Campbell, is having a fundraising at a restaurant over here on Main and Charleston.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's supposed to be a lot of people in there.
Oh, wow.
And everybody's invited. And if you want to go there and contribute to her campaign, that would be nice. She's running, I believe she's running for Department 2
Mm-hmm.
on Munich Court. So that must be something. Then it's going to be a lot of people in there. So I'm looking forward to go there and say hello to Cara.
Good.
And I tell you, it's a lot of commotion going on with that new immigration law.
Yes, it is.
Man, they
Yes,
are
it is.
really running a scare.
Oh, my God.
And I don't understand why people have to be. Martinez wrote an article in the Tribune today. Then I haven't read it, but I saw the headline.
Mm-hmm.
It said, "If you want to be an American, be an American, but nothing else."
Yes.
You know, it's true. You cannot go and be in 3 different countries.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you live here, mold yourself to the idea of becoming an American. Follow the American way, you know, as simple as that.
Yes.
And it is important for people to realize that, you know, it's not, especially in this moment, we need to find a way to become a country again.
Yes.
You know, it's not a joke. It's not.
Yes.
So, Friday we're gonna have Bob Beers in
Oh,
here.
good,
He's
good.
gonna come over and say hello, and I think he's doing pretty well in his campaign. I established Anthony's was here yesterday and visiting. He was not in the radio show, but he was here visiting, and I think he might come back and chat with us a little bit. Kevin Chow is on the paper today again.
Oh, man, what's going on with our friend?
Well, he is really doing his job. He's asking the school district to put all the paperwork on the table. Where the money go? Where do you spend the money? You know, I mean, they really are getting. He's getting them running a scare. You know.
Yeah.
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 And so let's see what happened. I like to see him be the winner on this war,
Yes.
you know, because he's a nice guy. He's a good guy,
Yes.
not a nice guy, but he's a good guy.
Yes.
And I believe that he is in the position to bust everybody over there, you know?
Yes.
And they need that. They need to be busted because they're not too good on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had a guy visiting me here today. He had a marijuana. He might come back. He has a marijuana card for medicine marijuana, right? Medical marijuana. And they busted him for that. And they evicted him from his place.
What?
Yeah.
His house or his business, remember?
No, his house.
His house.
So he went to the courthouse now to file some papers, but he's been evicted. He's out in the street now because the landlord doesn't like him, and he has a marijuana card. Saying, I didn't know that the marijuana was medical marijuana was approved since 2000.
Oh yeah, you got a medical marijuana card. You can have.
But
up
that
to
long ago, 2000. I didn't know that. I thought that was something recent. No. He got a medical marijuana card since 2000, and I asked him to come back later so Cian can tell me if I have anybody in the show tomorrow or not, and he might be able to come over and talk about it.
That'd be a good show.
That would be good, you know.
Yes.
And he's an old hippie, you know, long hair, long beard. He's not that old. He's about 60, 65, I think. 66, probably. And I think he said something like he was born in 1950, yeah. Yeah, so that would be about 50-something. No, 60-something. Yeah. So, but anyway, what else is going on with our friend Donald Trump, Talk to me about
It's
it.
like you said, this immigration thing is really heating up, Rolando. It's crazy, man. It's just crazy. They're gonna fight him tooth and nail on this immigration thing, but I think he's gonna get something done. I think he's gonna build that wall. I think he's gonna put more Border Patrol agents down there. I think he's gonna have more ICE agents, and I think they're going to lose this battle. I think they know they're going to lose the battle. They just want to look good to their constituents. They just want to look like they put up a fight against him. But
you know, it's sad, Chris. It's very sad when it's a matter of who lose and who win.
Yes.
The only person that should win, the only side that should win here is the country.
Yes.
You know, give up. Give up. You know, let the guy work. Let the guy do what he's going to do. And if he do it wrong, then you have a reason to criticize him. And if he do it right, it's good for the country.
That's right. That's right.
You know, I think it's important to people to realize that this is not a contest. You know, it's a matter. I guess it's a matter of pride for them. You know. They don't want to give. I never seen anything like this before. A government change, and that's it. You know, maybe the first few weeks people get, you know, a little irritated, but they give up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But with Trump, oh my God. I don't know what is this today. Anyway, and I believe then we need to start doing these things right, you know.
Yeah, can you get some more tissue, please? Thank you, man. Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you, Rolando. Totally. It's crazy. It's like they want to do everything they can to ruin his presidency, ruin his 4 years before they even see what he does. But I think you're absolutely right when you say that. I think in 2 years, all the people that were against them are going to have to they're going to have to eat their words, and they're going to have to praise him, because I think he's going to get the job done one way or the other. I think all the people that are against him right now, I think a lot of those people he's going to win over. He loves this country, man, and he's doing what's best for this country. And that's what he's going to do. And I think that the Democratic Party is just going to have to get used to the fact that Donald Trump is president. And, we've been saying that for the longest period of time. It's just something that they're going to have to get used to and understand that he's the president now. And that's just the way things are. And it's just unbelievable, the fight that they're putting up against Donald Trump. It's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable, the fight that they're putting up. He's the president of the United States. The immigration laws that he's putting into focus are to secure this country and to secure our borders. He's just trying to make our country safe. That's all he's trying to do. Rolando has spoken on that for the longest time, is that he's just trying to make the country safe, and that's all he's trying to do. He's not trying to keep legal people out of this country. He's trying to just make immigration legal. That's all he's trying to do, is that he wants you to have a path to citizenship, but he wants it to be legal. He wants the people to come in here and legally come into this country. And so that's going to keep all of us safe, because if they're documented and we know why they're here, we know what country they come from, we know their purpose for being here, it makes all of us safe. And that's all that Donald Trump has been saying, is just that, hey, he wants us to know where these people are coming from. He wants us to know what countries they're coming from, if they have work visas, especially if they're coming from radical Islamic countries like Syria, like Afghanistan, like Iraq. We have to know why these people are coming in our country. And that's the only thing that he's talking about. I don't find anything wrong with that whatsoever. And I think that we'll have a much safer country than what we have right now if people know why he is here. Is that my sister Cayley? What is she doing? My sister Kelly Garcia is coming up here. She's sitting in. I don't know what she's doing.
I'm being Rolando.
You're being Rolando. You're not Rolando. I know Rolando, and you're not Rolando.
No.
So how you doing, Kelly? What's going on?
Well, I had some things that I wanted to
Oh,
announce.
excellent.
We have March 23rd, a friend of mine is coming to talk to us.
Excellent.
More on the women's side.
Well,
Oh.
what was that? That was that.
Well, no, she is a author and an online marketing, I want to say, socialite.
Excellent.
She wrote a book called Dating the Wrong Men.
Mm-hmm. I think my wife co-authored that. No, hers is called Marrying the Wrong Man. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But it's kind of like an adventurous guide, comedy. It's just a fun, like, life lessons book. So she's coming to talk to us about that.
Excellent.
And
Excellent. March 23rd.
March 23rd, which is a Thursday.
Excellent.
And then I have been speaking with the chairs of American Foundation of Suicide Prevention, and they will be coming out also to speak with Rolando.
Wow.
This next week sometime.
Wow.
Yes. So
you know what's amazing is that a couple of months ago, I was just talking out the side of my neck, and I was like, we're going to have some big shows next year. And I had no idea that you was going to come here, and, you're doing your college thing here now, and you're working with the Las Vegas Tribune and Radio Tribune. And between you and Cian, y'all are booking us some big guests. So you guys saved me from being a liar, because I really was just talking out the side of my neck. And every day at the end of the show, I would say, didn't I see it? And I would be like, it's going to be a big year. We're going to have big guests. I had nobody lined up. So, thankfully, you came, and Cian's been working hard. You guys are booking us some good guests. That sounds interesting. Yeah. Both of those sound really, really.
Well,
That
technically, I'm kind of using you guys to get what I believe in out there. No, I think they're good causes that I think we as a community need to be more aware of.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it'll be fun for you guys, getting different perspectives and things like that.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about suicide rate. I know the suicide rate is big here in Las Vegas, especially among teens. I think are we number one as far as suicide is, or I think we're near the top if somebody can look that up. But I know teen suicide here in Las Vegas is a big deal. What do you think some of the causes is at?
I would think it would be kids feeling isolated or feeling like they don't have anyone to talk to, or just problems within their home. I know that my daughter kind of disclosed some things to me a couple years ago that concerned me, you know, and things like that. When people don't feel like they can talk to anyone, that's something that can push kids that way. I definitely think that by talking about things like this helps people.
I think a lot of teens battle depression and they don't talk about it. They feel ashamed because they're depressed. I know I went through that. I actually, when I was younger, I don't want to say I attempted suicide, but I did think about it at one point, especially after my mom died, and I was just extremely depressed. And I think it's very difficult because when you're a young person, you're used to getting attention, and sometimes you do, sometimes you don't, and that's okay if you're okay. But when you're depressed, man, you need somebody to talk to. You need multiple people to talk to. And a lot of times you'll go to a mother or a father or a sister or a brother and they're busy. You know, they're dealing with their own stuff. They're at school, work, whatever. And so, I'll talk to you later. And you don't know what that person's going through. They really needed a friend. I've never told the story. I don't even know if I told the story to my wife before, but my mother died of cancer when I was 17 years old. And it was so crazy because my best friend, her name was Kim Williams. She was my best friend. She was one of those friends that you were a boy and she was a girl, but you never kissed, nothing like that. And when we tried to kiss one time, it was very awkward because you've had friends, like we were such good friends. We were one of those friends where like her mom made me take her to the prom, you know, that kind of thing, because she knew nothing was gonna happen. And her mom and my mom both taught in the same high school. I was on the phone with a friend. And this is back in the day when you had a phone. And remember, it used to beep, call her out.
The cord stuck to the wall.
Yeah. And I was on the phone in my kitchen. I never forgot that. And she called. And she said, "Hey, Chris, you got a minute?" And I said, "Oh, Kim, I'm kind of busy right now. I'm talking to somebody on the phone." And she paused for a long time. And she started crying. And I said, I wasn't trying to be rude, but I was like, "What's going on? I got somebody on the phone." And she said, "I just left the hospital. And they said my mom has terminal cancer. And she's got about 6 months to live." And I never forget this. It was one of the most rude things anybody could do. I said, "Let me call you back." Because I was talking to a girl on the other line. 1 year later, guess whose mother had terminal cancer? Mine. Right? That's just how life is. And so it just goes to show you, when a friend needs you, take a moment, because that's going to be you. And I never forgetting calling her her mom passed away. Her mom was very popular in the neighborhood at the school. We had a big event for her mom. And I called her a year later on my birthday. That's when we found out my mom was sick. And she must have spent 2 hours on the phone with me. Right? And it always taught me that when somebody needs to talk, take a moment, because you never know if you're ever even going to see that person again. You never know, right? And so I think people battle depression and they go through stuff a lot, and we need to be there for our loved ones. I think that's very, very important, is that you sit down and give them a minute. You know, I think that's very big. But Man, that's big. So that's March 23rd. And what was the other thing again that's going on?
Let me tell you, it is saying that the suicide rate has raised 14% since 1999. And it's on the internet. When I look up suicide rates, it's talking. It doesn't give me numbers on how many. Oh, it says 3,000. Here's a 33, comma 113 male suicide death in 2014. Wow. But it's raised since then. And then they're talking a lot about transgender and gay suicide rate in teens.
There's
huge.
To piggyback off that, there's a bill that is being initiated. It's Bill 66, so keep an eye out for it. And it's to have the foster system, so those that are social workers or foster parents, to be more educated, to deal with, have counseling to deal with, I guess, I don't know how to.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Just to be more open and.
That's got to be tough.
Yeah,
that's got to be a tough thing to live through. I have a lot of gay friends. I have a lot of cross-gender friends, and that's got to be a tough thing to go through. It really does, man. I mean, I remember going to college. I went to UNLV, and I went to DePaul Graduate School, and my best friend at UNLV, I didn't know was gay for 4 years. For 4 years. He would come around us and he would, act a certain way. And I swear I had no idea. And one day we went out to dinner and we came back to his apartment and he told me, he came out to me. I think I was the first person that he came. I mean, he cried for hours. And I was like, dude, why didn't you just tell me, bro? Like, I would love you regardless, man. I mean, you're my best friend. I don't care about that. That's personal. You know what I'm saying? But you could have told me. That had to be tough going through all of this time. And maybe because we was about to graduate, he felt like, now I can tell him whatever. But that's got to be a tough thing. That really does. I couldn't imagine that, I mean, I've always been able to be myself. So it's got to be tough for him, and that's got to lead to a lot of suicides, I can imagine. Well,
especially being in the foster system and dealing with, being dragged through the foster system, number one, is hard. That's, I'm in the business of putting myself, and I'm so sorry, Solana, but putting you on blast, but that's something that she's unfortunately had to deal with youngs, and it's very hard on them. So having foster parents completely educated is something that needs to happen.
Yes. Yeah.
One more thing. It says more troops lost to suicide than combat in Iraq, Afghanistan for second consecutive year.
More what?
More troops have been lost to suicide.
Oh, wow.
Than the troops that we lost over in Iraq and Afghanistan.
The violent depression and things like that.
Wow.
Rolando, that's a lot. That's unbelievable. So the war is still going on for them
inside
in their head when they come home. That's huge, man. I don't think that's something that's dealt with. I think there's so many people that are depressed and going through stuff, and they wind up out here on the street, and we look at them and pass by them every day. But it was something, nobody helped them, nobody reached out, and that's what is so great about this teen challenge that we promote over here, man. They do a phenomenal job dealing with these kids.
You know what I think that we forget about, and it should be one of our causes that we look into, is the veterans, and everybody forgets about the veterans.
Yes.
And there's a bunch of old men out here in wheelchairs that, you know what I mean, that have no place to live because nobody cares about them, or because they made stupid choices in their life, and now the government just thinks they can keep their money. I mean, but we're going to have one on today later on in another show.
That's a crime. That is a crime.
It is.
That's a crime what they're doing to our veterans. There are some veterans there taking their Social Security checks.
They protected us.
That is a crime. Rolando's talked about that for long.
He looks like he's ready to come back.
That's a crime. The boss is over there. He's feeling a little under the weather. Listen, you know what it is? This dude works too hard.
I got another chair.
Oh, okay. Because I was just going to throw one out and then run. I think as a society, we put it out there that men are supposed to be okay, that they are supposed to suck it up and deal with it and not show their emotions and not cry, and they're not supposed to feel that way. So I think that's why the suicide rates for men and boys are higher.
Yes.
Is because they don't reach out for help. And
higher than you were?
I think that's what she was saying.
Well,
that
I haven't seen that statistic, but the military is mostly men.
Yeah.
So that would be higher, but it's higher than the people that we lost in the war, that we lost fighting. That is amazing. So that means everybody that's come back. It's so many people then.
That's been very important to her since I've been with my wife. My wife has always wanted to do work for veterans. She's always wanted to do a nonprofit.
My father committed suicide, and they called it a war-related disease. They gave me a check until I was 15, and it was a heroin overdose, and because he was in Vietnam.
And a lot of them did heroin.
They called it a war-related disease, which they got him addicted to heroin when they were doing the morphine testing, just to cope with it, just to cope with watching everybody die.
Wow.
And he died at 25 years old.
Wow.
Well, and then in school, in class, and I learned that we tested our vaccines on our military before we tested them on citizens, too. So
but they were doing they all carried those morphine shots, and they were doing those just to cope. But they all carried them if they got hurt, they'd have a release, of the pain.
Wow. So I want to challenge you guys, because you guys are excellent at what you do. Let's try and maybe have a day or just a show. Maybe we'll do an hour show, and I don't know about Rolando, but I know how much Rolando loves our troops and loves our veterans. And let's try and get a couple of veterans on, man. Let's try and find a couple of veterans that would like to come on and just talk about their experience and talk about what they've gone through, what they're going through, and maybe we can connect them with Love Life, or we can connect them with some organizations. Okay, I would love for you guys to do that, man. I know that's important. Rolando always talks about our troops, and they are treated horribly to me when they come back from. They protecting us. They're protecting our country, and I think we have a president now that's going to do something about that. I think Donald Trump loves, our military, and they love him. They voted for him in record numbers, so I think that's something that we need to. But go ahead. Anything else you want to talk about, sis? Go ahead.
I think that was it.
That's it.
Yeah.
What's going on social media for Face the Tribune and Chris Garcia, Conservative American? I know you.
Well, I've got the Facebook's up and going. I've been working on the website.
Excellent.
But I've kind of been focused on my school the last couple days.
We know. My sister works very hard, and we wanted to make sure that she's up on her schoolwork because she's. How far are you from graduation? How much more you got to do?
A year.
A year. Yeah. That's not long. That's not long. But she works very hard. She does the social media for Face the Tribune and some work for the Las Vegas Tribune, and of course my show. So she's burning the midnight oil. She's up at 3-4 o'clock in the morning, still working a lot of times. But we want to make sure that your schoolwork is done. Are you balding? She's starting. She's on her honeymoon. We won't talk about that. About her honeymoon.
Okay, you want your seat back?
Before the show takes a whole other personal course out. We don't want to get into that.
I pull a Hillary Clinton coughing there. Coughing in the stage. Yeah.
Our boss scared us, so he was coughing over here for a minute, and he's okay now. He's all right. Yeah, he's doing good. I think he sounds a little like he's under the weather, though. I think he might be coming down with a little something.
Yeah, I'm going to go to that chair.
There you go. Here he comes. Here he comes, the legend. Here he comes.
Remember that sit there.
No.
Oh. He's like, no, don't get back to her. You stay there.
I sit in the little corner over here.
Oh, no,
maybe I can learn. Maybe I can learn.
You want to sit here, boss?
No,
I can have some.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Maybe I can learn something from Chris Garcia. Don't worry about my makeup is okay.
Where are you going?
Where are you going? Now, come on, sit there. Come on, don't do that. Don't do that.
We're not prepared for this.
Look at that. She's dressed for getting married or what? Look at that dress.
Easter.
Oh, Easter?
Something, I think. Oh.
No, it's not.
I don't know.
No, Easter is in April, right?
Oh, shoot, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know about
We're doing a
that.
little adjusting here for Facebook. Oh, that's great. There you go. So we're all in the
Oh, you got
shot.
my
Oh
stand.
my God.
Oh.
And then we just went all the way
Yeah.
off there.
See, I broke the camera.
You got our wide angle.
Now what?
Is that what happened?
Now we go. Now we
You gotta
do.
minimize that screen.
So, but anyway,
We're still streaming live, everybody.
don't you remember when Hillary Clinton had that coffee in
Yes. There we
coffee
go.
in
We're back.
hysteria?
Beautiful. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that. Yeah.
Yeah, look at her. Look at her. She looks pretty from here, you know?
Oh, from there.
What a baby show.
She looks nice.
Get up close.
Yeah,
keep it far angle.
yeah. Where you going?
Oh, you're lucky I'm in front of a camera.
Where you going?
Birdie.
I need to go call the next guest and talk to him and get him calling the right phone number.
Why? You don't do that for my guests. Why is that? I suppose.
You do that for your
I
guests.
th-
You don't know about it.
Hey,
Yeah.
she's giving you something up under the desk that you
It's
can't.
okay. They ate your bagel. That's what I
Oh,
can say. They ate your bagel.
you really? That was good.
Day is too many people.
So good.
So, but anyway, let's go back to the radio show.
Yes.
You know, and remember that tonight is going to be a fundraising for future judge on Munich Court, Cara Campbell, and you guys need
Where's
to
it gonna be at?
it's a restaurant. I forgot the name on Main and Charleston, Mexican restaurant. Out of all the restaurants, it has to be a Mexican restaurant, you know. But it's a very popular restaurant. A lot of people go there, and it's not really in the corner of Main and Charleston. It's about a block away from Charleston and going south. Going south. And I got a call from Judge Cedric Kearns, and he was asking me if I was going to go there, and I said, yeah, I am. He said, oh, good, you know, so I'm going to stop by and say hello and, you know, show my respect, and hopefully I get lucky. And what's the name of that guy with the radio show? Chris Garcia. He might go with me, and we say hello to, you know, because I hear that you're planning to run for office, aren't you? Huh? Isn't that the way it is? You know, that's.
I'm not saying I'm going tonight. I don't want to be a liar on national TV. I don't know.
Well, you need a campaign manager, so I introduce you to a couple over there, and then you pick the one you like. You know, as long as you don't pick David Thomas, because I don't believe that anybody running for an office should be connected with somebody that sell marijuana, you know, so
She stole your candy.
yeah, that's fine. She gave me hers before, but I couldn't eat any more candies anymore. I'm telling you, I pulled that Hillary Clinton coughing hysteria. You know, I don't know if it was my nerves or what was it. I don't know. I was drinking water and I started coughing. I don't know what she put in that water. Probably poison. No, the executive producer. You know.
I think it was meant for me though. I think I picked it up by accident. I'm sorry.
Well,
Bob.
you probably switch it.
Right.
Let me have my. Let me see. Here, try it. But anyway, I wanted to people know the Las Vegas Tribune is out today. It's everywhere, and we need to. It's a couple good articles over there. Tom Mitchell has a couple good articles about the state, and it is. I'm very happy with the paper this week. I'm very happy, and we don't have the picture of the U-Haul with the girls on it, but you know, it's close.
The picture with us didn't go out in the paper.
No, but it went into the website, no? Yeah, because you put it, you're in charge of the website, right? Oh, God. You know that girl, that it's a very, very exclusive article in there. Christine Lovato was beat up in the prison.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and we have the exclusive. Nobody has it before. Nobody has it. I hate to be the one that have it because I hate to see her being hurt. But I mean, she was beat up.
Wow.
And Christine Lovato, she's a girl, then a lady, then she used to be a girl when she went into prison, and now she's almost 40 years old.
Well, she did not commit the crime.
And she don't commit the crime. That's the whole thing. That's one of the injustices that you see in this state so often.
I don't ever believe they're going to let her out of here. I just don't.
I don't know if it was intentional, to be honest with you. It could be something because the Supreme Court gave her the opportunity to get a new shot at getting out, and now after 18 years that she's been there, now they're gonna beat her up. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't add up to me, you know.
They don't usually jump people that's been in there that long. They're not.
They
That
don't.
makes no sense. Yeah.
No.
I read the title. Can I ask about it? Because I just read the title of it.
Yeah.
So was she accused of being a serial killer, or the serial?
No, the serial killer is the one that beat her up. You know, and I don't even know what the serial killer, how long she's been there, or anything, but you know, but I wanted to put that out there because it happened last week. And I wanted to put it out there right away, and I didn't go into details, you know, but I like to know more about it. I hope we can.
They're trying to set her up.
Yeah.
You're right, Kelly. That's exactly.
We need to bring Michelle Ravel back.
Yes.
Michelle has been friends with her since she got in trouble, and she's been doing a fantastic job. And Hank Shearer is also he's been writing about her since day one, and she had a.
She's in prison here.
Yeah.
You get into prison.
I don't know if they let him. I don't know if they let her having a media interview or not. You know.
But what if we know someone who works there?
You know somebody that works there?
Possibly.
No. I don't know.
I don't know either. I'll find someone. So So if you work at the prison, call me.
No, but I tell you, I don't think it's in those cases you have to be very careful because the thing is, then she's the one that will suffer the consequence. We don't. You know, people can go there as a friend, put the name on the list, be okay by the system, and but if we write anything about it, then she can pay the consequence. She might be put on the hall. You know, it happened to me with Ron Mortensen when we was going to go see him, and well, they transferred him to Carson City, so we cannot communicate with him. But we was, and they give us the okay to go to see him. And you know, when Rick Tavish was in prison, I took the TV cameras over there and I interviewed him twice. I used to have a TV show called Face the Tribune, and we bring the crew over there twice. Oh well, one time, but it was 2 shows. We did it for about 2 hours, and they let me do it, you know, and I was very grateful for that. I was the only one. At one time, when they was here waiting for trial, I was the only newspaper that was allowed to go to see them, both Rick and Sandy, by their lawyers, you know, by their lawyers. And I don't know what she's mumbling over there, but I got the feeling she's talking about me. You know, I don't know why you're talking about me. You? Am I crazy? Yeah, I know I'm crazy. That's why. I know. And you know, the problem is when I get crazy, I start jumping and start cutting people's hair and everything. You know, shaving your hair. Oh, I did that to her the other day, to that girl sitting over there in that chair, you know. That's why she wearing a hat. Anyway, what do we got? 5 minutes? We got 5 minutes? 7 minutes. Oh my God, we reach. We got 7 minutes. We can talk more and more.
Do you really see someone there sitting in that chair?
Huh?
Do you really see someone sitting there in that chair?
Yeah. Did you see her with a tight dress?
Where is it?
Huh?
Oh, I see her.
Oh.
I think our next guest
I don't think. Why don't you move the cameras over there? Move the camera over there so people can see her. No? You don't want to be seen? Okay.
Is she talking back to you?
Oh God.
What you put in that water?
That water was for him, right? First you give me a shocking, and now you made me see ghost. That water was for your husband, right?
I picked it up by accident.
I'm pleading the fifth on this one. I can do that. That's my husband.
You was gonna give it to him. That's what it was. But anyway, it's a good week. I'm happy, and we can goof once in a while like this. You know, it's better than start giving bad news.
Yeah.
I'd rather goof around a little bit and entertain the people than are listening to us and see what happened tomorrow.
When is Trump's first State of the Union, Rolando? Is it coming up soon, or?
I don't know. I thought he had to be there a year, no?
Okay.
Well, I don't know. Maybe not. Do you know?
I would if I had paid attention in my class last night. Please don't be listening.
To what class? Are you taking classes now?
Yeah.
Political classes?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
So why, you planning to be his campaign manager? No.
Oh, yeah.
No.
She will.
No. She can be the public relation manager. She can be the spokesperson. She can be the spokesperson, but
I'll get pissed and air some laundry or something.
Chris need a professional campaign manager.
Hey, am I not professional?
No, because that's not what you do for a living. No, that's not for you. You need somebody. He needs somebody that is going to be. Yeah, she can be the spokesperson, the chief of staff, whatever, But and especially when he probably going to be running against an incumbent, you need somebody that can punch very good, and
she can punch really good. Nicely.
I think Rolando Larraz should do it. What do y'all think?
What, campaign manager? No, I can't do that. I don't have I get upset too fast. You need somebody that can be calm and be political savvy and being able to hate you but talk to you anyway. I don't.
You'd be like, you can't understand my English? What?
Yeah. Yeah, so no, that's not good. I'm not a good person for that. So when I first started these shows about 10 years ago, I had a lady that was doing the show. She was an elected official, and she was having problem, and the district attorney wanted to take her out of the office, and so she was doing the show for me, because I don't like to do the show. I don't like, my English is not good enough to do that, and so she was doing it. Then I got somebody else when she left. Then I have Michelle Fiore doing the show, and finally I run out of people, so I start doing it myself. But I'd rather have somebody doing the show than me doing it, because the English accent.
That's why everybody listens, though.
Or the Spanish accent. I don't know. How would I say? English accent or Spanish accent?
It's a Cuban accent.
It's a Cuban accent. Oh, a specific Cuban accent. Oh, yeah.
That's why people listen. They don't listen for any other reason.
Yeah. What did she say?
She said they don't listen for any other reason.
It's not because I'm good looking, Xian? No?
Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Okay. It's okay. I will be good looking in my next life. When I come back.
You're not as good looking as Cayley. Sorry. She's beautiful.
Oh, excuse me. What is it? A proposal in here now? And on the air?
My sister-in-law.
Yeah. Oh, she's your sister. Oh, okay. Okay. So she's not gonna take you away from him. She's not gonna take you away from him. Okay.
Give us a quick shout out to Mail by Renee.
Yeah.
Mail by Renee has $10 mailboxes at 716 South 10th Street on the corner of Charleston and 10th.
No.
No?
10 and Charleston.
What? Why does it matter? 10th and Charleston.
What do you mean, what's the matter? Because it's on 10. It's not on Charleston. If you say Charleston and 10, people are going to be looking on Charleston Boulevard. But when you say 10 and Charleston, they're going to be looking.
I just learned something.
Me too.
I didn't know that.
Ah, you see?
No wonder people always get lost when I give them directions.
You need to have somebody with an accent to explain that to you.
I didn't know that. I'm 46 years old.
Say that again? How old are you?
46.
Gosh. Well, I hope when I get to that age I can.
Take us out, Kelly. Take us out.
Hold on, we also have U-Haul, trailers, dollies.
Yeah, go ahead and say it.
That's it.
Oh, that's it?
Oh, and we
Thanks.
also now we do faxing, printing, copying, all the stuff
right.
that Kinko's does.
Certified
right. We're
delivery
gonna put a
or
big sign
certified
out
mail.
front.
And cheaper than Kinko, right?
Of course I will be cheaper.
And cheaper than UPS.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You got it.
I think Kinko is UPS, no?
Okay, are we ready?
Take us out,
Thanks for
Kelly.
watching. See you tomorrow. I don't know what to say.
God bless America. God
God
bless
bless
our
America.
troops.